Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are teaching this truth and sincerity. And a shout out to Yakim that's out there in the four quarters of the earth proclaiming this truth. Braga the Yahweh, Braga the Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Brakatum. So, in case you're wondering where I've been at, I've been on BitChute. You know, and I've been making videos there consistently. You know, so if you don't see a video here, I'm on BitChute because, you know, I'm limited to what I'm allowed to talk about on this platform. Like today's video where I actually went and did camp, that was all stuff that just you could never say on this one, you know. But we're headed towards the mark of the beast. The financial collapse is upon us as those stimulus checks are supposed to be going out very shortly here, you know, but only to the certain privileged. Of course, it's just another corporate bailout, you know, for these landlubbers, which is another term for thieves, because this whole place is nothing but the house of the thief. Anyhow, you know, they're telling you, hang on, help is on the way, we can get some help. We're going to get those needles into everybody's arms by May. You know, that's what Sloppy Joe has in mind. Or Creepy Joe. Or even Jim Crow. Whatever you want to call it, you know. You know, then you got Governor Homo as well. You know, all these pedophiles in power.
You know, when we took office 45 days ago, I promised the American people that help was on the way. Today, I can say we've taken one more giant step forward in delivering on that promise that help is on the way. I want to start off by thanking the Vice President, but I want to thank all of the senators who worked so hard to reach a compromise, to do the right thing for the American people during this crisis, and voted to pass the American Rescue Plan. It obviously wasn't easy. It wasn't always pretty, but it was so desperately needed, urgently needed.
Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. My name is Amon Gabar, back with another quick lesson, Lord willing to edify, to feed the lambs of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai through the Holy Spirit. Rakakwadash, Lord willing to edify and strength to the point. Now this is from the CNN. I published 11 hours ago, entitled Help is on the Way. And it says, Biden speaks after Senate passes relief plan. All right. Help is on the way. And that's what it's entitled, Help is on the way, which immediately brought a few scriptures to mind. All right. Because they just passed a $1.9 trillion stimulus. All right. A large population of American people are out of work. Okay. Facing eviction, possible eviction. All right. Behind on rent, behind on certain payments. So the way they're crippling this economy is purposely to have the American people dependent on the government or dependent on Esau. Okay, so that when Esau rolls out this new system, this new digital currency, which is going to be tied into the one of the major prophecies, which is the mark of the beast. All right, the RFID microchip being implemented, people are going to flock to this new system, new currency, and to this agenda. Because they're being groomed to solely depend on the government. All right, so Biden says help is on the way. All right, and I got a few scriptures that I want to bring out through the Spirit, Lord, on this edifying. And again, as they just passed that $1.9 trillion, which is just more, which is a lot of money, and that's more accumulation of debt to this America. All right. It's like how it says in the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, the 6th verse, about woe to him that laid himself in thick debt, all right, thick clay, all right, because the word clay is aibatyat, all right, from the Hebrew word aibatyat, and it means heavy debt, all right. So this is the book of Isaiah 31, verse 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because there are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. All right, everybody's calling for Esau, Edom to supply, all right, to come to that financial aid supply that money, the monetary fund, to help them out. Not knowing that, it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the one that's controlling everything, because we give our glory and praises and honor to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. Alright? Because ain't nothing Esau can do, or anybody can do, unless the Most High ordains it. Okay? So again, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, which Egypt is talking about modern day America, as we know it, Babylon the Great. Alright? And stay on horses and trust in chariots, which means they trust in the power of Egypt. It says, because there are many in horsemen, because they are very strong, and they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither they seek the Lord. Now, let's go real quick to the book of Psalms 121, verse 1. The Song of Degrees. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. So help comes from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, but Esau Edom, who says he is God, alright, pursuing the book of Obadiah, alright, he said in his heart he want to be like the Most High, okay? He's the one that created and orchestrated this problem, and the goal is to bring a solution, problem, reaction, solution, alright, order out of chaos, alright, so they could trap people into this snare and this net that they're ultimately trying to conjure up. So again, verse 2, it says, my help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. So who's thy keeper? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he's thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul, which the Lord is going to protect his elect. When you read Psalms 91, all right, the whole chapter talks about those that dwell in the secret place of the Most High, which the secret place is talking about this truth, this knowledge, all right, this sanctuary, okay, this truth that we're involved in, okay, and eating the whole roll, and wholeheartedly believing and trusting in the Lord. That's that secret place. So it says, the Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So the Lord is the one that's looking out in these evil times. The Lord is going to preserve his elect in these evils to come. All right, and like I did a show a while back, probably a few weeks back or something. But any brother or sister or anybody in Israel that's collecting from this devil, it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that's providing for you in these times, because things are going to change drastically, all right? Things are going to change drastically, and it's going to be the Lord guiding us every step of the way and looking out every step of the way, okay? So you got all these Israelites that are going to praise Biden for passing this $1.9 trillion, all right, without even thinking to give thanks to the Lord, all right? And if they are giving thanks to the Lord, then they're giving thanks to a so-called white Jesus, all right? Caesar Borgia, all right? So let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. Babylon, again, talking about America. Babylon the Great is America, according to the Bible. All right, how for her to take balm for her pain? A balm is an ointment, all right, used specifically to heal a wound or a pain. All right, so it says, if so, she may be healed, because right now Babylon, aka America, is in great pain. And these bombs represents the stimulus that they are pumping out there to stimulate, to fix and help the economy, help the people, by giving them money. And in return, they're supposed to be spending this money to help boost and stimulate the economy. All right, which that's only going to lead to inflation with the mass printing of all this money. So it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment have reached unto the heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of our Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So Babylon will not be healed no matter what they try to do. no matter how much they try to print money, stimulate the economy, do certain things to try to bring back jobs or whatever the case may be. All right, the Lord have made it to where America, Babylon the Great, is already in a snare. It's already in a trap, and ain't no turning back. So, they're gonna continue to print this money. All right, I believe this is supposed to end sometime around September the 6th. All right, September the 6th, and eventually after that, they may come with another relief bill to stimulate the economy and just keep printing and printing and printing. Or the next go around may just be the digital dollar. We'll see how that play out, but prophecy is lining up, and we almost out of here. The Lord is moving swiftly, so I'm gonna end this here, Lord willing, just quick and edifying, straight to the point. Until next time, I say shalom to the elect.
And you see, that's just it. It's Most High is allowing this devil to deceive those that would be deceived. They're going out and getting the injections and hoping that the economy will come back. That there will be life beyond this. No, there won't be. COVID's not going away because, again, this is 1984. It only gets worse from here, if you're not part of the elect. But nonetheless, though, it's all about to collapse, hyperinflation and so on. And that's why I pulled this up, the Atlantis report, going further into this.
While the government is shutting down businesses and disrupting supply lines, more currency meets less supply. Every week, 750,000 new unemployment claims. Yields spike, and that leads to more easing. And then more easing leads to higher yields. And so on, and so on. Easing equals inflation. Inflation equals rate spiking. Since 2008, the Federal Reserve has turned the financial markets into a game of monopoly. The $500 bills are now unlimited, so the game just keeps getting bigger. People don't understand what is really going on, so they continue to ride the wave of fake dollars to the top of the wave. Problem is, the wave does not keep its momentum forever. We saw what happens when the Fed raises over 0%, and that is the true state of our economy. We are bankrupt and have been for quite some time. Federal Reserve notes are nothing more than worthless pieces of paper now. Your faith in them is the only thing that gives them value. The market is in a mega bubble. When the US stock prices got pumped by 400 to 500% since March 2020 in no time and for no reason. The prices of everything are in a massive bubble. Inflation is skyrocketing. Food prices, gasoline prices are going up parabolically. And now we have a massive oil price bubble. Oil prices pumped by 170% since the election. Now we have a massive oil price bubble and skyrocketing inflation. Financial crisis is imminent if the Fed does not hike the rates. The stock prices should fall by 70 to 80% from current levels because current valuations are absurd and astronomical. Dow Jones Industrial Fraud went from 15K to 30K in no time for no reason. Nasdaq Composite must fall below 6,000 to reach reasonable valuations. There is a huge room to fall. The market is insanely overvalued and overbought. Companies that have no revenue, no business are trading at $50 billion market values in the US stock market. PE ratios.
And here we go again, this devil fucking with the goddamn feed. This is why I fucking just take everything and just fucking, download it and save to the computer. And that's what I encourage everybody else to do. So while I'm making this fucking thing try to fucking work, I may as well read what's already been on here. So you can always see this devil. Whenever you see Esau scheming, you'll always see this
used
devil.
To be considered expensive, but today it is hard to find a PE ratio below 50. This will be an epic collapse, not a correction. How long this massive stock bubble will last? Who keeps buying the US stocks in this mega bubble at these absurd valuations? Whoever buys US stocks in this mega bubble at these absurd valuations deserves to lose every...
Yep. See what I mean? Every time, man. Every fucking time. So anyhow, Kissinger, you could always see his ugly fucking face, goddamn Amalekite, every time, because these are your real rulers here. The person wearing the suit, you know, that you see, nah, it's this fat ass Amalekite that's fucking controlling everything. You know, controlling the whole game. Biden must uphold Trump's administration's brilliant policy in the Middle East. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger had advised President Biden administration to continue to uphold the brilliant policy and Middle Eastern policies achieved under the Trump administration. So, you know, continued tariffs, all those sort of things, you know, to make sure that nobody wants to deal with America. It's all part of the game, you know. Yeah, see, I can't even get this fucking thing to play. Nonetheless, I would just move on from that. But hey, this is also what's going on here in Shasta County, is that they want to recall some of these supervisors.
Everything, and we'll lose everything. Welcome back to the Atlantis Report.
Action News
You
Now.
are here for your
Hold on a
daily dose
section.
of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Please take a
Fucking
second to hit
goddamn
the
devil.
like button, hit the subscribe.
Slovakia, you know, you get cut off for doing shit like this, and you get so fucking tired of it. That's why I've been on BitChute, you know. You get fucking tired of this shit.
Pushing to recall some local leaders. New at 5:30, Action News Now reporter Anna Torreya is live for us at the county supervisor's chambers. So Anna, what are some of these voters unhappy about?
Well, one of the biggest reasons is the pandemic restrictions. On top of that, they also claim that there is mishandling of funds. So now some community members want to see new leadership. A group unhappy with some of the Shasta County Board of Supervisors is now pushing for a recall. Barbershop owner Woody Clendenin is one of them.
It's just been failed leadership from the start, you know, and these guys, they were more concerned with the money they'd be getting trickled down to them from the feds and the state.
The target of the recall, District 1 Supervisor Joe Commenti, District 2 Supervisor Leonard Modi, and District 3 Supervisor Mary Rickert.
You know, they're supposed to be our representatives, so they're supposed to represent their constituents, and instead they went along with a tyrannical governor.
I reached out to some Shasta supervisors at the center of the recall.
I certainly believe that, you know, our country has a process that works well in the United States for those who seek changes, and I think that a recall is that option. But I also know what an expensive process it is.
District 2 Supervisor Leonard Modi sent this statement, quote, "This recall discussion is being led by extremists who can't get their way, so they're resorting to disinformation and character assassination." The Shasta County Office of Elections says that a recall election could cost about $200,000 to $400,000. But what does it actually take to get it going?
The first step they need to do is issue or serve the elected officer with a notice of intent, and that includes a statement of why they're doing the recall.
Francesca says an elected official must be in office for 90 days before the process can start. And once that gets going, people have 120 days to collect just under 5,000 signatures for each district.
And then as soon as they can get going, then it's really up to them and how fast they want things to go.
Now, I did speak to several people here in the area about what they think about this recall effort, and they tell me, and they didn't want to go on camera, but they did tell me that a recall effort is not worth the money. If they're unhappy with an elected official, they tell me that they'll wait for the next election. Reporting live in Reading, Anna Torreya, Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
But your vote doesn't matter. You can see it definitely didn't matter in a presidential election, so what does it matter with a local election? That you see? They all work for this fat fuck here. You know, this goddamn Amalekite, that's who they all work for. These gutter rats. Guardian promotes global lockdown every 2 years to combat climate change. Yeah, because there never was a SARS-2, you know, as they say. You know, there never was. It's been a lie from the very beginning. Again, you know, it's just to meet the needs of the, you know, global reset, you know. And of course, Paul Joseph Watson would you catch more of him?
Governments have now set the precedent that normal life is a privilege they allow us to have. Something that can be withdrawn at any minute, under any justification, with the expectation of nothing in return but grovelling obedience and the vitriolic repudiation of any dissent. With barely a whimper of opposition, lockdowns have now been established as the primary, reasonable go-to response to a crisis. This isn't going to end with COVID-19. There'll be new mutations, new viruses, but you'll also hear louder calls for climate lockdowns. Remember the headlines back during the first lockdown? Lockdowns trigger dramatic fall in global carbon emissions. Wild animals enjoy freedom of a quieter world. Nature liberated by lockdown? Who wouldn't stay at home for a few weeks to save the planet? Then a few weeks turns into a few months. But it's for Mother Earth. Climate change alarmists have been calling for this very thing for decades, but mostly they've been ignored. Until now. Karl Lauterbach, an MP for the German Social Democratic Party, outlined the plan.
German lawmakers got a furious reaction for suggesting COVID restrictions could be the template for fighting climate change.
There will never be a vaccine against CO2, so we need measures for tackling climate change that are similar to the restrictions of personal freedom in the pandemic.
Under a climate lockdown, governments would limit private vehicle use, ban consumption of red meat, and impose extreme energy-saving measures, while fossil fuel companies would have to stop drilling. To avoid such a scenario, we must overhaul our economic structures and do capitalism differently. Do capitalism differently, precisely what the World Economic Forum is calling for under the umbrella of their Great Reset. By doing it differently, they mean you own nothing and they own everything. While Bill Gates is buying up record amounts of farmland, you're being told that the dream of property ownership is an ancient relic. Over the course of the pandemic, billionaires have almost doubled their wealth. As their competitors fall like flies, the biggest corporations have raked in record profits. While on Main Street, small businesses have capitulated, unemployment has soared, and poverty has drastically increased. Wow, this Great Reset is really working out great for the little guy. Doing it differently means universal basic income. UBI. It means neo-feudalism. It means financial serfdom. And most people will learn to love it. Most of them will be happy to get paid by the government to sit on their arses getting fat watching Netflix all day. But it comes at a cost. And that cost is the complete abolition of self-determination and total dependence on technocrats. Emissions fell during lockdown. Let's keep it that way. Stay home. Stay staring at your screen. The technocrats are in control now. After all, you lost several social credit score points recently thanks to those angry Facebook posts. You really don't want to put your UBI at risk, do you? People like John Kerry need to fly around the world in private jets to decide your future. But do you really need to drive to see your family? Do you really need to take that holiday? How would governors and the federal government impose climate lockdowns, asks Stephen Miller. Simple. By declaring that climate change is an immediate public health and national security crisis and using the same authority granted to them by public health departments to implement them under the same guidelines they did for COVID-19. Bernie Sanders and AOC announced a bill suggesting as much yesterday. Those who refuse to comply, those who protest, those who, God forbid, drive a vehicle during climate lockdown, well, they're the science deniers and they need to be shut down. They need to be publicly shamed, deplatformed and arrested. This was always the risk with the mass implementation of lockdowns. Once your leaders enforce one under the guise of public health, they will not simply set aside their power to do so again. Don't worry though. They're just following the science. This is the new normal our passive obedience helped create. We'd be naive to think that the technocrats will allow us to forget it.
And that's the lesson there. You see how all this was a shit show, just like elections are anyways. And this happening in my neck of the woods. Woman dies in Reading after being hit by a train. See how people are just committing suicide because they can't deal with what's really going on? You know? A woman struck and killed by a train Thursday afternoon in southwest Reading. According to the Reading Police Department, the fatal incident occurred on the railroad tracks near the intersection of Highway 273 and Girvan Road. The Reading Police Department said a Union train struck the Edomite. I'm going to try to pull this up some more. by blowing its horn to warn her to get out of the way. According to the police, the woman did not move out of the way and was declared dead at the scene. Yeah, exactly. She committed suicide. Because let's face it, Esau's at the end of everything. But hey, there's even more chaos going on here. Wanted man threatens to kill everyone. Leads deputies on foot chase in Reading. So they ran after this guy. A wanted man who made death threats led deputies on a foot chase in Reading Friday morning. According to Shasta County Sheriff's Office, 40-year-old Brian McCain, a wanted felon, had threatened to kill everyone at the Wind River Casino in a phone call with Holy bail bonds around 8:20 a.m. So that's what's going on here. People are going fucking crazy because they're fucking tired of the lockdown. Just like I showed you in the video where fucking people want to recall, man. They want to recall these so-called alleged representatives, which don't represent the people. Well, we could have told you that. I have been telling the people of Reading because I'm the voice of the Most High in Reading, you know. He uses me to commute the message, so they have heard this. They just choose not to yield to it. Nonetheless, though, more wars and skirmishes, rumors of wars, value house report. Russia calls on OPCW to unveil truth behind alleged 2018 chemical attack in Syria's Duma. You know, the one that where Trump was bombing the shit out of Syria. But yet, there's no evidence. Russia's called on the global chemical weapons watchdog to conduct the impartial and reliable investigation into an alleged chemical attack in the Syrian city of Duma near the capital Damascus on April 7, 2018. Russia's permanent representative in the OPCW, Alexander Shogun, underlined the need for launching a transparent technical inquiry aimed at clarifying the actual course of events in Duma 2018. Syrian Arab News Agency reported on Sunday. You know, again, they never provided evidence that there was a chemical attack, which Bashar al-Assad was blamed for. QSD militia kidnaps more than 200 people in Raqqa Hasaka countryside. And guess who's backing them? U.S. occupation-backed QSD militia has kidnapped more than 200 people during a wide raid campaign that targeted a number of villages and towns in Raqqa and Hasaka countryside in order to forcibly recruit them among its ranks. So you see, that's what's really going on. But hey, you know, people will think that they're fighting for God and country. Right. It's just that it's the wrong God. In Raqqa, local sources told Syrian Arab News Agency that during the past 2 weeks, armed groups of QSD militia carries out ambushes at the mosques in a number of villages in the province and kidnapped more than 200 young men after the prayer in order to forcibly recruit them among its ranks as part of the so-called compulsory recruitment in the areas which the American occupation forces and militia are deployed. So you see, that's what America's really doing over there. You know, so we are condemning Babylon for all of its wickedness, and those that are joined unto it, you're going to be destroyed along with it, and you're going to deserve it. Like IUIC going in and getting that injection, because their leader, Bishop Nathaniel, didn't warn them to not get it, which I talk about that more on BitChute, and I'll be getting into that in a minute. But nonetheless, though, here's what it reads. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he-goats before the flocks, you know. So again, you know, we're warning you. For lo, I will raise and come up against Babylon, assembly of great nations from the north country. That's Russia and all its allies. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall be taken. Their arrows shall be shot. As of mighty expert men, none shall return in vain. All going to be target locked and going to destroy this place. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Most High. Because you were glad, because you rejoice, O you destroyers of mine heritage, because you are grown fat as the heifer grass, and bellow as bulls. Yeah, man, you were really happy when you confounded us, but now you're being confounded. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Talking about Mother Babylon. You know, the UK. And when they see this place fucking destroyed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Most High, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All you that bend the barrel, shoot at her and spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Most High. And that's what's about to happen, a nuclear war. But I encourage everyone to come over here to Israelite Foreigner Writing, my BitChute channel, which the link is down below. As you can see, I have plenty of subjects in here, including the one about Bishop Nathaniel, you know, and just things I could never talk about on here, you know, and then Reading Camp video, the one that was removed last week. And this week's will be there. I'll be having that up there in just a little bit. So, you know, look for me here, you know, and just... I have a lot of good videos here, just ones that I could never, you know, as they say, get away with here on, you know, mainstream YouTube, because that's what YouTube has become. It's mainstream media now. But hey, I'm not the only one doing this. Check out this other brother, GMS Isaiah 33 verse 86. You know, he's doing the same thing as I am. Check him out, you know, because now he's over there on BitChute as well.
Hey, shalom, shalom. First off, I'd like to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach B'dash, the water, Yahweh for giving us Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, who have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in them. Double honors to the Connecticut elders of GMS, our big brothers. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody who are descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalom to those who are scattered abroad. Shalom to the Akim and Akwith. I'm your Iqua, coming at you with a quick one. Through the last videos that's been posted, who's ever watching out there knows about the, my issues. So, pretty much announcement, I just want to go over Revelation 20, but I want to really, this is an announcement that, you know, with what they did, I basically need a new computer for me to go on YouTube, you know. I don't know what, these people on YouTube, or maybe even more, because, you know, as far as the men of the Lord, they know who we are, they know our platform and all that, so they know how to maybe mess with the computer. So I can't go to any YouTube site. I can't sign into my YouTube, like even my regular page, you know, my secondary. I even created that new one, GMS Isaiah 33 verse 6 Bob. I can't even sign in on that on the computer. I gotta do it on the phone, and my phone's having issues, and I'm trying to solve that to get a new phone, which it should be solved this week, Lord willing. But gotta hurry up because my phone with the lip time, it's all messed up. Even if I raise videos, it acts up. But anyway, I want to say that now I'm on BitChute. Okay, I said that I was gonna go on BitChute and check it out, and I finally set up the account. I'm mostly gonna be, pretty much I'm gonna be on BitChute, doing videos, and the site on BitChute is the same thing, GMS Isaiah 33 verse 6. But it's going to be really GMS underscore, for the space, GMS underscore, okay? And then Isaiah 33 verse 6. So I put a video up last night, and BitChute is, you can pretty much put pretty much anything on there, and they're not going to censor you, like YouTube does. We don't got to, I don't got to not say the word vaccine or certain keywords, a chip. You can really speak freely on there. And so I put my most one of the most recent controversial videos I put up like a year and a half ago when that Jersey City shooting happened. I did a video on that day. So, when I posted that video on the Jersey City shooting, which was a hoax, by the way, might get deleted because I said that, that they took it down within I remember I did it right before bed, and then next morning it was gone. So within 7-8 hours, or I think even within 40 minutes, because I checked later that night and it was gone, but it got a lot of views. So anyway, I put that Jersey City shooting up as my first show to test it, and it's still up there. You know, I even got a subscriber, okay? And then I uploaded the second show. Basically, I'm uploading shows right now that got deleted, you know? And I did another show on woman worship a year ago. Woman worship. I said, do you notice anything in these movies? So it goes into woman worship. You know, so I use clips from Disney and Marvel, and they cut it off. So I'm gonna put it on this one, and it's loading now, and it's up right now. So, you know, I'm just gonna upload some controversial ones just to begin, and then, you know, of course, do my videos on here. I still got GMS Revelation 19 verse 10, but we'll see how long that lasts, you know. Just wanted to make that announcement. I still got GMS Isaiah 33 verse 6, but, okay. But like I said, I can record, like I can do shows on this channel because I can go on my computer and I can use my FaceTime, my face screen recorder. But you know, on the YouTube I can't do nothing. I gotta go on the phone and my phone's act up. So I'm mostly gonna be on BitChute, and if I, you know, Lord as well, the Lord be with me. I pray that I can make an announcement that I made a video. Like if I made a video on BitChute, I'll just announce it on the YouTube. I made a video on BitChute, you know, because you know YouTube's done with, and we just get clipped all the time just for saying normal videos, you know. So what the hell, right? Why even be on there? But all right, so that was the quick announcement. So I just want to go to Revelation 20 because one of the last videos that got cut off, and you know, if it's still there, Lord willing, you know, I was going into hell, okay? Because someone on the comment board was asking about hell, and Revelation 20 kind of sums it up. So I'm just gonna continue that real quick. Okay, I'm gonna go through kind of fast. I gotta, you know, on the way to camp. I don't want to get there late. It's already about to be 2, so I'm just gonna go through this Revelation 20th chapter. And Revelation 20 again debunks hell. Okay, debunks hell. All right, because really, if you look at the other videos, hell is a condition on earth. It's a state. It's a circumstance. You know, and the circumstance of our people is hell. You know, we don't got the Lord here. Number one. Okay, how can it be a heaven? Well, it's a hell because the Lord's not here. Okay, and it will be a haven when the Lord comes back here. Okay, and sets up His kingdom, and we'll be joint heirs with Him. Okay, under the power of Yahweh. All right. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. It reads, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand." And that's Lord King Yahushua. Okay. It says, "And he laid hold on the dragon." Okay, and that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Again, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent. Who's that dragon?
See what I mean? I have a video here, and then next thing you know, yep, fucking goddamn feed just cut. But either way, you get the idea, though. We've moved to BitChute. You know, a lot of us are beginning to move there. So I hope all this has been edifying like everything else. So yeah, I'm going to still try to stay on YouTube, but you know, I'll be doing most of the videos on BitChute. For that, I want to say Braka the Yahweh, Braka the Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakadash, Wa Abab Babal, and Brakatum to you hopeful elect. And you know, hopefully I have that camp video up a little bit later today. Shalom.